Welcome back to Beyond the Likes with your co-host. No, I'm not the co-host. I am the host, Amy Gerard. I am sick as a dog, so if I sound a little bit like a nasally man, that is the reason. Thank you, preschool and daycare illnesses. It's taken out our whole family this week, so love that for us. This week, I am getting on Samantha Jade. Now, if you have been watching Celebrity Apprentice, you would have seen that she did just get fired this week by Lord Sugar. Honestly, that name, lol. But she is just such a sweetheart. If you watch Celebrity Apprentice, this will be a fantastic episode. If you don't, I mean, you may get lost with all the chit-chat that we're going to probably do on the phone. But Sammy is such a sweetheart just in general. She's a tiny little pocket rocket. You know what they say, all good things come in small packages. But not only is she just a beautiful human, but she's also very, very talented. If you follow her on Instagram, you would have seen, she does a lot of pop songs, but I personally love when she does acoustics. And you can just hear her raw voice because she is just, wow. She sings kind of like an angel in real life, but she's also very talented. So she's an ARIA award-winning Australian singer and songwriter. I think in 2012 she actually won X Factor. She was the first woman to win the Australian series. So then she went on to release a few albums. She lived over in LA for a bit. She wrote for JoJo and Ashley Teasdale. So she's done a pretty exceptional job with her singing career. She's killed it. So she's was signed with Sony and whatnot, and she's just wrapped up Celebrity Apprentice. So we are going to get her on the phone now that she is free to talk. Try and get her to dish out some dirty goss. She's probably not allowed, but, I'll see what I can get out of her anyway. So let's get her on the phone now. Hello, good morning.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you? Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, don't be silly. That's fine. I'm doing, one of those days where you have to shoot content. So
so you've got to put your face on and do your hair and all of that. Oh my God, I actually hate those days because I would just look like an absolute scrubber if I never had to shoot contact.
Yeah, same.
Even today, coming into the podcast studio, and I'm coming in with Lisa, and I know that she's going to take photos. So I was like, oh God, I'm going to have to put a face on.
You have to put effort in.
I've got to put in some sort of effort. I can't just rock up in my activewear like I would normally.
And I don't work out, but I wear every day. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was me, except I do work out now.
I know, sweetie. I see your stories.
I'm a Pilates girl. Ryan was like, can you, you need to stop wearing activewear. You've just gone to Woolworths in hot pants and a sports bra. And I was like, don't, this is my life now.
This is my style.
I'm an athlete now.
Yeah, you are.
How are you anyway?
I'm good. Yeah, it's been a whirlwind.
Have you just been getting asked to jump on podcasts and radio stations and doing interviews?
Yes, I have.
I really loved you on Celebrity Apprentice.
Oh, thank you.
No, and I know obviously we've met in real life.
Yeah.
And you are just as lovely in real life as you were on the show. But I feel like you just carried yourself with so much grace and poise, and
thank you.
Yeah, you were just a legend. I would never have fired you. Lord Sugar is off his head.
I mean, I just wanted to play a fair game. That's just who I am in general, and I just was like, because going in, I had no idea what I was in for. Truly.
Did they give you any kind of inkling as to what it's like, or are you just going in blind?
Oh no, you go in completely blind. Yeah. And one thing that I really was shocked by is we actually really do the work. I thought, you know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm sure we'll do I've done TV before. I'm sure we'll do work, but it won't be we'll do the whole. We do all of it. Yeah, there would be no event. And the hardest part is so that first week was obviously golf day, and golf is the other woman in my relationship with Pat.
Yes.
And I'm not a fan. but it was golf, right? And I was like,
Yes.
well, I'm absolutely screwed. Aside from I could probably bring in some cool like golf clubs because Pat has some, but if it's not that, I'm done, right? And then they were like, yeah, so you guys have to call all the sponsors, put on a golf day, get money. And I was like, wait, what? We actually have to like call sponsors?
Oh God, we actually have to call people and do work?
Yeah. Like I knew we'd have to do the day, and I'm good at that. Like you give me a task and I will do it.
Yeah.
But I was like calling actual people to ask for money, like no way.
I know.
Always, you know what I mean? Like I'm happy to do a performance. I've done that a million times, but asking for money is where I really crumble. And we had to do it. We had to get money, and you didn't want to be the one in the room without making any money for your team.
Absolutely.
You know?
I would have been like, hey, I will go down to Circular Quay and I'll busk and I'll make the money myself, so I don't
100%.
have to ask.
I would do the same. I was like, what can I do? What else
can I
do?
put on a performance for someone and they pay me?
Well,
Who wants a song?
I was like, I'm going to be singing at like kids' birthday parties for like 10 years because I was just like promising myself, like, can you give me $5,000 for the charity and I'll sing at your child's birthday? Sure.
Oh,
like,
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's your next career move. Kids' birthdays.
That's my career. I'm not available because I'm in kids' birthdays for 5 years.
How was the camping?
Oh my gosh. And I feel like Lisa will know this because I feel like I was like writing to her when it was happening. So when we got there, because we never know what we're doing, right? That's another thing in the show. Like they're like, oh, surely you know that. No. We don't know anything. We rock up to Sydney, like the uni, and that's where we get our hair and makeup done. And we're all sitting in the room going, where are we going? What are we doing today? Like it could be anything. That day was, they're like, get in the car. So we're in the car all chatting and we drive so far and get out at this like middle of nowhere. Oh. All our reception goes on our phones. Like it was a nightmare. And then, they're like, so you're camping, and obviously you saw it and we got the actual campsite and the boys of course got the glamping, which I was like, that's much better TV. So I feel like that was a little planned.
Camping is just quietly, it would be my absolute worst nightmare.
Oh yeah, I'm not a camper. Some people are.
Oh yeah, and my brother is. My brother and his wife, they actively choose to go out into the wilderness where there's like no reception and no toilets, and they'll shit in a hole in the ground. Yeah. So continue.
Listen, to each their own, and some people love it. And I know I've got cousins that love it too. And I'm not that person. It's not my vibe. I prefer a nice warm bed. It's just who I am.
And a hot shower?
Oh my gosh, and a hot shower. Yeah, especially when it was absolutely freezing. But yeah, so I was like, of course we got the campsite. But my thing was, I was just concerned. I was like, I can do this. It's one night, it's fine. Yep. But my concern was when I saw the people coming towards me, especially this woman in a white Chanel suit. And I was like, she's about to come into the campsite and there is cow and horse shit.
Shit everywhere.
And when I say everywhere, like they didn't show it. We were clean. We had gloves on because we were like, hey, is there like a shovel? And they're like, nah, here's some gloves.
Oh, so my God.
Scooping it up with our hands trying to get it. Yeah. It was a lot.
That's too much. I don't know if that's – it's like those people who go on – what's that what's the other one? I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why anyone – would go on that.
Ever
volunteer. Like lying in a coffin with cockroaches.
No. I'm not doing that ever.
Or eating. It blows my mind. The stuff like I get it. Like I could imagine reality TV would be quite a lot of fun. Maybe. Yeah. Well, it's good exposure as well. But,
yeah. It's definitely different though. Like because there's a misconception around the fact that X Factor is reality TV, and I think it definitely falls into the category, obviously, of a reality TV show. But it's not about storyline as much as it's about the performances. Yeah. So it felt, because everyone was like, oh, you've done it before. And I was like, no, I haven't. This is like a whole new beast. Like, this is insane what we're doing. Yeah. Why does anyone do this? This is wild.
Did you enjoy your time on it?
I did, because I really, really did enjoy spending time with some of the contestants. Yes. Like I love contestants. That's a very X-Factor thing to say. People participating, the celebrities, I guess. I loved hanging out with people that I never would have had friendships with. I have friendships with now, which was really cool.
Yeah.
That I loved. And I definitely we did win a lot of money for really deserving charities, and
Yes, of
and
course.
that was amazing. And that's why I did it in the first place. But I probably, don't think I would do reality TV again because it was
Yeah.
so crazy.
It's funny because I've got girlfriends who have gone on like The Bachelor before and
Oh, wow.
haven't gotten
imagine.
overly far. And she was just like, it is just so chalk and cheese from what
Yeah.
you've seen. Like the rose ceremony would go for 3 nights and like
wow.
so they
Yeah.
would have to get
Yeah.
changed into the same outfit
same
and have
outfit,
their
yeah.
same hair and makeup done, and it would just be recorded over 3 nights and
Yeah, that blows my mind, that part, because the
know.
camping was for 2 full days. So we
Oh,
just
wow.
had to dress in the same thing. Yeah. And so was the underwear challenge. That was 2 days of work too, and we just had to wear the same thing.
Isn't it funny? And they just cram it all into like an hour episode where you take ads
Yeah.
into it and it's
I know.
45 minutes.
That was the biggest thing watching it back. I was like, wait, hold on, we did so much more than just that. And it's interesting as well when you watch back and you know what storyline they're kind of going with for the boardroom. You're like,
Yes, yep.
okay, so they're highlighting this and
Yes, and that's what it all makes sense. Oh, it must be weird
Yeah.
watching yourself back on TV because it was
Oh
filmed
my
a
God,
few
so weird.
months ago, right?
Yeah, so we started filming last October.
Oh,
so
wow, last year.
yeah, it was last year. It was ages ago. So it was very weird. Like I forgot watching some of the things that happened, but also we didn't get any kind of insight. So everyone was like, oh, so you've probably seen it. And I was like, no, I'm watching it with you.
That's so
I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm not going to lie. I think I've got maybe like a small to medium crush on Nick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of people have said that to me. Like a lot of people.
So he kind of reminds me of Paul Walker. Is that the
Oh,
Fast and
yeah.
like
Yeah.
a shaved head, and I'm so into
see that.
shaved head, and like just the
Yes.
fact that he's a really smart, successful businessman.
Successful man. Yeah.
I would let him fart in bed with me.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah,
That's big.
I mean, listen, I let my own husband do that, and he doesn't look like Nick. Is he lovely in real life?
Yeah, he is lovely. It was because I was expecting when I got there, I was Lorna and Janine, because
Yes.
Lorna Jane was the one, last year, and I love her.
Yes.
And then Nick showed up, and I thought, well, you're not Lorna, for me.
Yeah, but I mean, you're also quite hot.
Yeah, he's a good-looking man, but he was really good in the show. Like I thought he brought something to it. Like he was very he was
different.
much more stern than Janine. I
Yes,
think it took him
yes.
a moment to kind of like warm to us a little bit more.
Yes.
But I did prefer Janine over Nick.
Yeah, and you're allowed to say that. And Lord Sugar?
Oh, Janine's so sweet.
She is.
Lord Sugar is I can't even tell you.
Is that his real name?
His name is Lord Alan Sugar, but we have to call him Lord Sugar. Like, actually call him Lord Sugar.
Oh, God.
I know, that's a real thing.
I was literally messaging Lisa at one point a few weeks ago being like, I'm confused. Is the whole thing a piss take? Is his name actually Lord Sugar?
I know. It's hilarious. I know.
And that even like the fashion show with the undies.
Oh, my gosh.
I was like, I'm still on the fence. Like I couldn't work out if it was a serious thing or not. Like I feel like if yours had come out first, I would have been like, oh, this is really cool. I mean, Benji playing a guitar, lol. And then when he strips off and sits in his undies, also lol.
And how they made that feel like it took 7 years. Like,
I know.
that also was so blown out of proportion. I was like, that did not take that long.
Oh, so they've probably
hilarious.
slowed bits down.
Oh, my God. It looked like, I mean, I was watching it thinking, this is so boring from us, but it didn't take that long. Like, a lot of us have attended fashion shows. I obviously am a performer.
Of
That
course.
is my job.
Yes.
So I was like, this did not take this long. But it was very interesting watching that one back because, like I said, it was filmed over 2 days and it was really crammed in.
Yep.
And then I knew, because obviously I knew I got fired because it happened.
You choose the gold. Yeah.
Yeah, because I chose the gold, but it was so funny because we didn't know that we had to actually use material that was in that room.
Yeah.
So we didn't actually know that. So in our minds, right, we just were told at first that you can design whatever you want. So I'm thinking, well, I'm doing my own range of skims. Like that's what in my mind, I've got this beautiful fabric. It's like, I'm forgetting I'm on a reality show. I'm like, this is great.
Yep.
Yeah, like Kim can endorse it. It's going to be great. And then like they go to us, well, the tailor's like, nah, you can't do that. Like, you know, off camera, he's like, yeah, we're going to, like, you can't really you have to use something in this room, or we can cover things, but we can't make from scratch. And I was like, oh, so you actually have to cover, like, you can't actually make it from scratch. He's like, no, we can put material over stuff, but we can't actually make something from scratch. So that's why the gold came about, because we were like,
Yes.
oh, what do we do? And then I actually, for a little insight, I found this really beautiful material that was like nude, and it had little tiny specks of gold through it. Like you couldn't really see it, but if you put it in the light, you could see it. Yeah. And I was like, that looks beautiful. It looks like, you know, it looks like if you've got like, you know, kind of bronzer, shiny bronzer on your body.
Shimmer
I was like,
something.
That's amazing. Yeah. And so I was like, can you guys get that? They're like, yeah, this is the, you know, the crew that goes and gets the material. Yeah. Then they come back and they go, oh, they didn't have it in stock. So they have this gold. And I was like,
oh, wow.
They want me out. Yeah, I just felt it.
Like, do you reckon they did that on purpose?
Well, I can't say, but it was pretty crazy that they came back with that very gold material.
Like hideous looking gold. But I think and Big Diverse Energy, that was a very funny show, but like those zippers, wow.
Oh my gosh, I know.
If I'm taking a step back and it's not a piss take, no one is wearing Big Diverse Energy. Like I'm gold all the way. Like
I thought that too.
I would wear that with some little hot pants. I would wear it with jeans and the top. Like
I thought it was cute. Like it wasn't my vision, but it ended up being cute. Like I would wear that over the zippers too.
I was Team Sammy.
Oh, thank you.
I was very impressed with the way that you also stood up for Turia. I thought that was really nice. Is Ronnie a bit of a dirty dog in real life?
Well, that upset me so much when he did that, because they didn't show it, but he kept going in the boardroom. Like it was like he was like, oh, Taria, you know, wasn't there, because Benji and Taria both, the first night we filmed, there was an option to stay. So basically they give you these options, right? They're like, oh, well, you can either film till like, you know, 6 or whatever, and then there is time to stay, so you can go home at, I think it was like 10 p.m. And they both have kids, right? And we've been there since early. We're going the next day. We've been filming nearly every day. I was like, guys, they were like, oh, we want to go home. And I said, well, you guys go home, because I don't have children. So you go home, be with kids. I'll stay. That makes sense, because then there's still 3 team members here. You guys go.
Yeah, of course.
And I also said that to Ronnie, because I'm like, you've got kids too. Anyway, he was like, no, I'll stay. So they went, and then because they left, I was like, we've discussed this. I hate when people go, oh, you know, do that and then we'll talk about you behind your back. So then they started, you know, making it an ordeal. And I was like, but everyone agreed it was fine. Like, you should have said that in the moment.
Absolutely. You don't agree to it and be all okay with it and then use it as leverage to throw it back in their face.
Exactly. Even though I 100% do that to Pat all the time.
do that to Ryan on the weekly basis. Yes.
Yes, but in this scenario, it shouldn't work. But yeah, I was like, that's so wrong. And then in the boardroom, you know, they didn't obviously show it, but he was just going at Taria, and you're like, I'm not having a fucking bar of this. No. And I was like, especially because Taria is a mother. She's an incredible woman who's been through more than any of us. Oh, yeah. And he's going at her about not standing up for a charity about mothers and children. And so I just was like, nah, you sound insane. That's an insane thing to say.
I don't understand where the Beck and Ronnie alliance comes into play.
Neither, because
do they know each other outside of the show? It's like they're best friends. Like, it's like me going into the show with Lisa, like, oh yeah, I've got your back. Let's get one out.
I only watched it with everyone, like I said before. So it was like, wait, what? That happened right under my nose, and I didn't even know.
Dirty dogs, hey? Yeah. It is, at the end of the day, it's still a reality TV show and everyone wants to win, so.
Totally. And those two are from reality TV, right? So
they're professionals.
They had a real idea of how to do a reality show, and none of us did. We're just literally trying to win for charity. Like, we literally didn't think about the show side of it. We're just doing what we're doing.
And I do think that some people, when they go on reality TV shows, they go in with like a strategy as opposed to just going in. And I've actually got a friend of mine who lives in Cronulla at the moment, and he's just gone on to Big Brother.
Oh,
and
wow.
he went in as an intruder, and he's gone in with this whole game plan and strategy of how to play it. And I was like, oh God.
My gosh, yeah.
And I reckon people would even do that on Married at First Sight. Like they'd go in and they'd be like,
sure.
I want heaps of airtime, so I'm going to be the slutty bride or the villain.
Yeah.
And
well, I think that's what, like, because every week in the interviews, right, because you get interviewed before the boardroom it's usually like the day before or the day of. And so they ask you all the questions about the week. Every single time the question is like, what's your strategy? And every week I was like, I don't have one. Like I haven't.
I'm just here to earn money for my charity.
Yeah, like I'm just going to do the job. Like give me a task and I'll do it. And, you know, if like whatever they want me to do. But that is so true. I think you're either a strategy person or you're not. Like, and you kind of go in that way or you don't.
Yeah, you're just like, I've signed up. I'm doing 150 kids parties.
Yeah, like, oh my God.
That's what I've signed up for.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Okay, well, I guess it's all a big learning curve and a bit of a fun experience and something you can say that you've done and ticked off.
Well, definitely now I'm like kind of glad because during it was really, really grueling. Like the schedule is nuts.
And long hours, right?
Oh my gosh, the longest. Like because you obviously for us girls, like we have to do our hair and makeup first because it's TV. So that's 2 hours before the filming and it goes till late. Like so, yeah, it was a really long, brutal schedule.
And how long did it actually go for? How long was the filming?
Well, I filmed I think for 2 months. Which is crazy.
Every day?
Pretty much every day. I think we had a day off a week. Sometimes we would have 2, which was like amazing to us.
So it was like a full-time job basically.
Oh yeah, we couldn't do anything else in that time. But it was so interesting because I feel like, you know, when I did watch that back with the Ronnie and Beck alliance thing and all of that happening and all because once I got fired, I didn't know obviously that happened on the day. I did have my little, you know, inkling that something was happening when she brought Ronnie into the boardroom.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, wait, what? He didn't get any bad feedback.
And also, like, you guys are apparently best friends.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird.
Okay, can you give me one piece of goss that we wouldn't have seen on the TV?
Ooh, okay.
Obviously, I don't want to get you into trouble, but like,
no, yep.
I
think there's a pretty big blow up coming your way.
Coming up in a few episodes.
Yeah, but I'm not allowed to say, obviously, because it's not my thing.
Yep.
What else? I think
we've got to blow up. Do you know actually who wins? Of course, you probably do. I know you can't tell us.
I do know.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah. Okay. I do, and I can't say anything.
You can't tell me that it's Ronnie, can you? It's not Ronnie, is it?
I can't say.
Okay.
Actually, I will give you a little bit of inside info. So
inside info.
If you saw the episode that we had to do the bargaining of the items, and I was going to say tour manager. I was not the tour manager. I was the project manager on that. And in my mind, I was like, it's time. Just be project manager. Just get it out of the way. Like, you're 3 weeks in now. Let's just do it, right?
Yep.
Or 4 weeks in. Of course, threw myself in. I heard shopping. I thought, I'll be good at that.
Yeah.
Idiot.
It's my profession.
Yeah. That's my second profession. Exactly. Yep. And so anyway, like, did it, whatever, that, you know, we did really well. I was like, oh my God, we may win this. Oh my gosh, amazing. I was very excited to win charity money for my charity because it was a charity that was very close to my heart. So I was feeling really, really good about it.
Yep.
And then at the very end, we went to get the wine and I called. So you know how they were making a big deal that, you know, she shouldn't have gotten wine from a bar. It's always more expensive.
Yes.
Duh, of course. Yep. I like my wine, sweetie. I know. But I was calling the bottle shop. I called them and Taria and we talked about this the other night. I called them maybe 4 times and they were like, we don't have it in stock. So I did do that. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So they've obviously wanted us maybe to go to the bar instead.
Yep.
And then when we did go to the bar, Taria actually did talk to the guy and she got that wine down to half price for $70 or something like that.
Is that why you lost?
No. So we lost because we actually paid overpriced. But how weird is this? So that happened and we were like, oh my gosh, we're going to win. Like, we've done it. And then something happened where Taria was told to leave, come outside. People went in, like people from the show went in, and they were chatting to the bar guy. We don't know what happened. Then we refilmed it, and the guy goes, it's actually going to be over the price of what it was. So I don't know.
That's a stitch up.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but it was really, really weird. And we were all like, hang on. Taria was like, what?
He just said it was $70.
Yeah. But then,
Wow.
of course, like, you know, you can't. How do you say that on TV and talk like that?
Throw all the producers under the bus.
Under the bus. Yeah,
I know,
so
but you know
couldn't.
what? They cut it out anyway. They edited it out.
Of course, they edited it out. Yeah.
I guess they want you to have as much freedom and they want it to be as authentic, but then in the same breath, they also need it to flow with a certain
which I get,
loose
which
script.
I totally get. Yeah, and that's what I think is really tough about this show is because you're winning for charity. So
of course, it is for a great cause.
At the heart of it, like, I think that's why, you know, even when I got fired, I got so much love, which was really lovely, because a lot of people were saying, oh, I don't like that it's becoming so reality with the Ronnie and Beck thing because it is about charity.
Yes,
you know, so we just
agree.
have to remember what it's about.
I think you can absolutely tell the difference between, like, you know, singers and sports stars versus people who have already been on reality TV. Like, they definitely play the game a little bit more, don't they?
Oh, yeah, and they understood it in a different way. Like, they were telling us, they were like, oh, we've got to make good TV. And we were like, wait, what? What do you mean good TV? Like, Ronnie said that in one of in the underwear episode.
Yeah.
And we were all like, because you forget? We're like, no, we're just trying to do our best. What?
Yeah. Oh, gosh. I bet you're glad it's over. And I get.
Listen, I am.
Yes, yeah. So just quickly, what are you up to next?
So as soon as I got off the show, I was like, oh my gosh, my life. I can go get a coffee and no one's filming. Great. And then I went straight back into writing and in the studio. And so I've got new music coming and a new single coming in 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh, we love new music.
Yes, so I'm very excited. Actually, I think it's next Friday it comes out.
Next Friday?
So it's exciting, yeah.
Like an EP, is that right?
It's
EP?
actually, there is an EP coming just after that, but the new song comes out next Friday.
Oh, what's it called? Are we allowed to know?
I'm not allowed to say.
Oh, yeah. It's all right. We can wait in suspense. That's fine.
Yes, it's a goodie, and I'm really proud of this one because
is it is it dancey or like pop or?
It's you know what? It's not like Firestarter. It's not like that kind of dancey, but definitely can dance to it. But it's more of a kind of an anthemic feeling song. So it's got one of those choruses that you can really sing along to.
I do love a good sing along in the car, even when I don't know the words.
That doesn't matter.
Well, you know what? I think it's very exciting for you. I think, you know, a lot of reality shows, people go on there and they just come off and they're just not viewed in the same positive light that they were probably hoping for. But I feel like for you, it has just elevated your beautifulness. Is that even a word?
Nice.
I'm not even sure.
I'll take it. I love it.
Your beautifulness is shining brighter.
Oh, thank you.
I am very excited to hear your new music.
Oh, thanks.
I think you have an incredible voice. I tell Lisa all the time, I was like, I would love Sammy to just do like acoustic. I love when she just sings direct to her Instagram. It's like she's singing to me.
I love your comment on when I did Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and you're like, I sing this to my kids every night.
I do. And I sound absolutely nothing like you. I sound like a dying cat, but I still give it a good nudge.
It's a great song. Keep giving it a nudge.
I actually don't even get any of the words right. Like I listened to your rendition. I was like, wow, I'm completely singing the wrong one. This is what it's meant to sound like. But thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you giving up 30 minutes of your morning for me.
No, thank you for having me. I love your podcast. When I watch your Instagram, I'm like, how does she do it all? You're amazing.
I never stop. And then when I do stop, I usually get sick. So I'm just on
a
constant.
That's always the way, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have a fantastic week. And thank you again. I will be keeping my eyes and ears peeled for your new song.
Thank you,
Amy. Hopefully, you're so welcome. And hopefully we can all catch up soon.
Yes. Let's go have cocktails.
Yeah, I'm ready. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't actually think there would be any gentleman that would listen. Actually, I do know that there is a gentleman that listens. I do know that there's one. Apparently, my girlfriend over in Manly said that she was at her son's swimming lessons and a dad opened up his phone and my podcast was on. Wow, mind blown. Listen, his wife may have been listening to it, but I think it was the podcast with Ryan and I. If you're the dad listening, hey. I'm so glad we've reached the male demographic. Anyway, that was Sammy, guys. If you watch Celebrity Apprentice, you would know all about what we just spoke about. And if you didn't, then this probably wasn't the podcast for you. But she is just so sweet. And she is as genuine on the podcast and on Celebrity Apprentice as she is in real life. I hope you all enjoyed this week's podcast. And actually, no, Lisa's coming on next week. We will see you all next week. Bye for now. Mwah.